on what is going on with Charles. Is it a stroke? How worried should we be about him dying?
I think it's safe to say that Charles has had a stroke, um, because that will be in the previews right after that episode for next week. Yeah, it absolutely is. It's something that we've been kind of setting up the whole season that Oliver and I particularly paid close attention to. Is earlier in the season, Charles was having trouble with his medication early on in the season. And he went to his doctor and tried to, see what was going on. And his general practitioner basically told him, you need to go see your psychiatrist and see, if we can taper you off your medications for a while and just kind of find out what your baseline is, and then we can explore like a different medication, because these meds that have been working for you for 30 years no longer do. And so then in a later episode, and I actually realized this line had been dropped and got it back in right before airing. He says to his friend Howie that, oh, I'm back on new medications and everything is great. And so that was all leading to this.
The Charles and Sharon fight, whenever these two are at odds, it hurts to watch because this is one of my favorite relationships, like on TV, I have to say. Just talk about filming that stuff and just like it's just everything catching up to him, and he feels like, if I'm gonna lash out at someone, it can be someone I'm that close to.
Faith and I were so traumatized shooting that scene. We were like in between, and yet it was also really fun because we'd never really gone there. But after these takes, after a couple takes, when we were able to catch a breath, we were like, "What the hell are we doing? What's going on here?" You know what I mean? It both felt so. But we were very, and we talked to Alan about it a lot because we wanted to really make sure that it was. Which it was very organic for coming out of, and Charles is definitely Charles is the one who's sort of losing it a bit, and very much I think the instigator of this row. But it's so interesting that you asked that, because we were both, it felt very strange to us to do that, to be yelling at each other, in character.
I can confirm I was on set that day. Like they were both, rattled, especially Patha, like because it's not real, but it's happening, so yeah.